Welcome back to Inuyasha Anime Review Part 25. This reviewing the last 10 episodes of Final Act. Yep, with pretty much these episodes were pretty much this is the end of the series. The first, basically, the series becomes very heavily serialized at this point in time. Oh yeah, it becomes very heavily serialized. Yep, they pretty much, now in case you're wondering, aside from like one character, is there any like recurring characters who actually do die in these episodes? Well, they introduce one new character in here. Actually, a couple of new characters. They introduce a Mayosa, basically a character who appears pretty much throughout the at least these from episode 1722. Now they also tie up a loose end with Kohaku. Yeah, his long-running plot thread involving the Shukan jewel in his neck, yeah, that's finally resolved. They finally tie up that loose end. That had been a loose end since his resurrection at the beginning of season 2. Yep, where after basically some fighting, Naraku finally takes a jewel from his neck, thus completing the Shukan jewel. But he doesn't die. Nope, because Kikyo uses her light to fully resurrect Kohaku to full life. And from this point forward, he is with the rest of the characters. And yeah, and of course one of the Magetsu, I think his name is, he pretty much one point possesses Kohaku, though he does get free from him. This of course happened in the same episode. And well, then something really strange happens. Now, once basically Naraku gets the jewel, he grows a giant freaking spider that looks like a base, pretty much a flying fortress. Though they refer to it as basically like a Shukan jewel, I see this thing as more like a flying fortress. And this is where, this is where the final battle of the series takes place. Well, mostly anyways. At the beginning of episode 21, up until like halfway through 26, this is pretty much a 5.5 part story, because 17 to 20 basically sets up these episodes. Yep. And we have the full blown music. I mean, first, basically in the original series, we had sort of Friday the 13th music whenever Naraku himself showed up. Now we got Godzilla music, which I thought this was odd. The fact that he used Godzilla music for Naraku. Well, there's a good reason. He's in a giant freaking spider, so why not use basically this? And pretty much you have Inuyasha's group and Shisamaru's group basically go inside the spider, though Shippo, Jaken, Anu, and Kohaku stay behind, though they do eventually get up there. Yep, they do. Yeah, thanks to one of Inuyasha's Mono Tanzenkia. Yeah, and this is some weird things happen in this particular spider, like Moroku nearly gets consumed by his own wind tunnel. There's an illusion, basically, of, well, one Moroku's most, let's say, the most traumatic memory of his life, seeing his father consumed by his own wind tunnel. And is it just me, or is that basically his father had the same, like, attire, not only attire, but same, like, ring thing that Moroku wears to cover up his wind tunnel? Yep. Also, there's a plot thread in here. It's like, okay, basically Naraku decides to use an illusion to have Sango kill Rin. Look if it's stopped. And Sango says, after this is over, you can, and what they say, Naraku? You can, I'm all yours. In case you're wondering, is this followed upon? Nope, it's completely ignored. It's one of the few things set up in here that is never explained, or at least follow up upon. Does Shimura actually follow up basically a plan to kill Sango? Nope. He doesn't. And pretty much, he spends a lot of the time pretty much using his sword, but Kosai just simply slice at the place like he's freaking One Punch, like he's freaking Saitama from One Punch Man. Yeah, this ending basically Like this whole time we see Shoshiro where he's blasted his way through the place, it's very similar to the end of the first season of One Punch Man, where you see Saitama basically using his one punch to pretty much blast his way through the ship to take on the commander of the alien spaceship in the final few episodes of season 1 for the show. This is very similar to that, though it's basically Sesshomaru, who is not the main character of the series, using a very powerful demonic sword to slice through Naraku's, basically his flying fortress. It's a very similar style thing with it. And Jocken, of course, is here. He's just here just a witness. He doesn't really do anything. He doesn't really contribute to basically these episodes at all. He just here as a witness. Shippo basically actually contributes something. He actually witnesses Byaku, who at one point got his arm chopped off. He's like, I think it's not time to draw this. So, because, well, Inuyasha used one of the times he used Mononoke. This is before the final battle with Naraku, where he takes out what looks like his sword, and Shippo's like, there's no blade to this thing. And he pours it down, and he takes essence of this thing. Yeah, in case you wonder what this is for, this is to set up the final 2 episodes of the series. That's the whole point of that being there. And the next time we see him, he's walking behind Kagome and slicing at her back. And this does not take effect until after Naraku's defeat. Yep. And then at the end, I think it was like in episode 24, Naraku is simply near death. And basically, you have pretty much the entire cast of the series about to frickin' kill him. Mercury uses wind tunnel, Songo using her Haraikos, Inuyasha using a sword, and of course, Toshima using a sword as well. They basically slice and dice the place. And then Naraku is consumed by the Shukan Jewel. Well, he basically gives a Soul Shukan Jewel, and no matter what they do, he pretty much is like, he's basically redirecting his force because he knows it's crashing. And where is he trying to crash it to? Kikyo's village. Yes. Also, prior to this, basically, Kagome has a conversation with him. Which I'm like, she's never done this before in the series. She says, basically, that the Shukan Jewel does not grant his true wish. It's not exactly revealed what this is until a little later. What is his true wish? He wanted Kikyo's heart. That was his wish. Apparently, Naraku had a thing for Kikyo all along. I'm like, what? Seriously? He spent a lot of time trying to kill the damn woman. Why would he want her heart? It's never explained. And pretty much, like, it crashes, but the thing is pretty much destroyed. Though they end up at the Bonier's Well, which I should point out though, Sesshomaru, Kohaku, Jocken, and Anu, and of course Rin, have never seen a thing before. They've never seen a Bonier's Well. Look like Naraku was defeated. The Shukan Jewel was pierced by, because of several points, basically, Naraku tries to stop Kagome from piercing the jewel. Eventually she does succeed, and it looked like the battle over, and then she falls into a black hole. And of course, the Bonnie as well disappears, and Inuyasha is after her, and they have to find some demons seeing the priestess again. Yeah, this first time you actually are out of a flashback. And then we see an illusion. Then we see Kagome back in modern. They have no memory of the events of the series. Yeah, this turns into this whole thing is just an illusion. And though she has to go to high school later. And she pretty much like wakes up thanks to touching the Tree of Ages, which for some reason I read the description code, it's basically a Tree of Ages. Yeah, I've heard like one of the movies. Like, what wasn't a scar here that she touches? Like, oh, it turns back normal. And she faces the jewel. And the jewel basically says, grant your wish. And at the end of episode 25, Inuyasha is yelling at Kagome while I was basically trying to find her. So like, don't say any wishes. Of course, he also was talking to, apparently, her family and her friends are there too. Which, even their question like, okay, what's so special about this bone here as well? I will get to that plot point later. Yep, and eventually in 26 he does get to her, and basically she says a wish. The Shukan Jewel disappear forever, and then shown via flashback. And then right after that, we jump ahead 3 years later, where Shippo's taking on full-fledged demon, Ren start living in the village, and Songo and Moroku got married, and Songo is giving birth to a third child, a boy. Yes, first was twins. And what is Moroku and Inuyasha doing? Excising demons and slaying them. Yep, though he doesn't use his abilities from the sword for some reason. And it's also revealed exactly what happened right after the Shukan disappeared. Basically, we return to the modern day. Goma gets out, hugs his mother, happy to see her. And then Inuyasha will go out and basically just talk to him for a bit. And then he goes back into the well, and he goes back to the past, and then, because as also revealed, apparently she was in the darkness for 3 days. Yeah, 3 days. And what's it going up to? Well, she went to high school. Yeah, she completed high school, no problem. And she graduated, was like, man, I'm missing something. I'm missing. She misses Inuyasha. And it's real the reason why that the Bonnie will stop working because of her unresolved feelings for Inuyasha. Eventually opens, and then she's about to go, but looking out for her mother. Basically, sees her like, good luck, go ahead. And of course, Inuyasha basically who's playing with Moroku's daughters, and then he smells, and all of a sudden he's like, I know the smell. It's Gome. He says, okay, girls, time to slay the fox demon. And then they play with Chippo, which I thought was so funny. And he runs to the well, and he reaches out his hand, and Kagome comes right through, right back to feudal era. And this is without the Shukan Jewel, mind you. First, one of 2 times she did in the series. And she's happy to see Inuyasha. I should point out, though, in this very episode, she actually kisses Inuyasha. Not once, but twice. Yes, twice. Something they never did in the manga. Which I'm like, really? Why would you allow these 2 kiss? That makes no frickin' sense. But here's the thing. Moroku and Sango kissed. Yeah, they were allowed to kiss, but not the 2 leads? What? Look up an anime basically fixes this problem, because if you look at something like another series, for example, where the 2 characters never made out, Naruto Hinata, the whole series never made out until the film The Last, which had them hook up. Yeah, not many series basically have done this, where in the finale, where the 2 lead, the female lead and the male lead actually make out at the very end, and of course, family. They do Yu Hakusho. Yep, they were that series. Basically, a few series. Yeah. My ears were itching me. Yep. And once Akame comes back, she sees Shippo, Moroku, and Sango. Of course, they bring their 3 kids, and she doesn't say anything about them having kids. Yep, and basically, what Rin decided to live in the village, and she kind of basically helped become a midwife for Sango. Kohaku is pretty much slaying demons and not living with his sister and brother-in-law because the house is too crowded with 3 kids. Though these are very little kids. Yep. Though I think he's very happy with the fact that Moroku has made his sister very happy. Though it's interesting, though, that he and Rin never hooked up. That would have been interesting, though. The thing is, they will be 14 at this point, because when they first showed up, they were both 11 years old. And it seems as though in 3 years, his height hasn't really changed. Rin's changed a little bit, not very much. Sota, oh my gosh, he has grown. Because they show him in the finale, where he's coming up with his friends. And I look at his outfit like, wait, this outfit looks very familiar. This kind of looks like the outfits they wore from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Golden Wind. Not Golden Wind. Diamonds Unbreakable. That one. And his friends mention, though, that, hey, is it true your sister's hot? And he's like, yeah, but he introduces, like, nah, she's right after high school, she got married. And then, of course, he's his grandfather, who is with the cane now. He came back with his doctor. Of course, he's his mother. And what Gome did right after she arrived back, she apparently married Inuyasha and became a priestess. And they also revealed what happened with Koga. Him and Ame actually got married. I thought this was so hilarious. And his subordinate's like, hey, Ame, take good care of Koga. And then of course, he's basically kind of embarrassed by that. And then she just grabs him and then kisses him off screen. And this is Ayame's only appearance in Final Act. This is the only episode she appears in. I'm like, really? You don't appear in any episode? Okay. Yeah, and I will talk more stuff, basically explain later my final thoughts. But these last 10 episodes Really good. I love the fact that it becomes serialized to the very end because we're leaving toward the end of the series, so why the heck not? Mm-hmm. Oh, and also, in case you're wondering, does Moroku's Wintel get eliminated with Naraku's death? Yes, that plot point is actually resolved. Yep, but there's many different plot points, basically. We'll talk about my final thoughts that were never actually fully resolved, though when they have this final moment when the episode ends where Kagome basically is seeing Shishimaru, it's like, hi, big brother, and then, of course, both Iwasha and Shishimaru basically are scowling, and then, and then And then Jockin's like, how dare you show respect? It's like, and he said, and then Shimmer is, shut up or I'll kill you. I'm like, does that line sound so familiar? A character telling another character, shut up or I'll kill you? Yeah, it sounds like mate, the fifth Tazakage from Naruto. She would commonly do that with one of her subordinates when he would talk too much. If she did the killer beast, it's just, shut up or I'll kill you. Which I thought was so hilarious. And yeah, great for, and of course, well, she's of course wearing the same outfit Kikyo's wearing. Well, in case you're wondering about the outfit Kagome is wearing, it's shown by other priestesses who actually are not dark priestesses that they actually do wear the same attire. White top, red pants. Yeah, this is nothing unusual for priestesses to wear, and that's it. Great episodes, and I love how the series ends. On a very much happy note, it's surprising though. This is one of the very few series I've seen. This is probably one series I've seen where you have a time skip, and the main two leads don't have any kids. Well, because they probably just got married. Yeah, but otherwise, though, that's really it for this particular review. Yeah, so yeah, that's it for the particular review. My next review, my final thoughts on the series. Okay, peace in the next video. Bye.